We're experiencing we're gonna.
Right now, it's not about talent, it's about heart. It's about who can go out there and play the hardest. Now, they've been here before us. They're not going to give it to us. We got to go out there and we got to take it, right? Take it! Take it! Once you go out there and take it,
Yo, 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 welcome to Sports Savage. I keep stealing Sammy's line. I gotta have my own
It's
intro.
a classic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm Garrett Savage from sunny Los Angeles, California. Call or text the show, 470-391-4034. I just want to throw that in before I forget. We have a Facebook page now. Like us on Facebook. We have our own Instagram page. We're posting stuff on Instagram that we probably won't post on everything else, so check it out. It's the Sports Savage Show on IG. And speaking of G's, I'm joined by one of the best in the business. We still need to think of, and I lied. I said I would think of a nickname, but I didn't. So we need something. But Smooth Talking Sammy, Orlando, Florida. How you doing?
Yo, yo, yo. I'm going to keep that. This is working so well for both of us. Savage Life, Sports World. What's happening, man?
Yeah. So does it feel like, everyone's left Orlando, like all the hubbub is gone? Like, how do you feel, Sammy? Like, how did Orlando do? What would you give their grade for the whole NBA playoff bubble experience?
Well, I mean, Orlando really had nothing to do with it, if you want to be technical. I give Disney an A. I mean, they had 0 positive tests. Shout out to all the employees who were out there. But yeah, I mean, Walt Disney saves the day again. Him and Jeff Bezos are pretty much controlling the world, or at least America at this point. But shout out to Danny Green. Everything's back to normal now. They were forced to say good things about my hometown city because they were here and, optics. But as soon as Danny Green was able to get out, I saw him on one network completely shitting on the bubble and shitting on being in Orlando, and pretty much said that the team had agreed that they're more excited about getting home by winning the championship versus actually being champions. So everything's one with the world. Everybody's back shitting on Orlando, but it always be that way, unfortunately.
That was emotional. You okay, Sammy? Like, you need a minute? You need a moment? Like,
nah, it's okay. So many people who I don't want to see at the
if you
Magic
need to.
Parade once the championship comes through. But I
Alright.
mean, just life in Orlando. But yeah, shout out to Danny Green for hitting threes finally and getting the fuck out of here a couple of games late, if you ask me.
Okay, speaking of Green, Le'Veon Bell got paid to do jack shit for the Jets. I think he got like $7 million a touchdown is how it actually turned out. He said, guess what? It's not, it's me, it's not you guys. Or it's you guys and it's not me. Either way, he's out. And he just signed with the Chiefs, which really wasn't a surprise. He said it was down to the Chiefs and the Bills and the Finns. Bills, terrible weather. Finns still rebuilding. Chiefs, championship contender. That was a tough choice. Sammy, the rich get richer.
Yeah, it's pretty much how that seems, especially after that ass whooping they put on the Ravens. Now they have possibly a top 10, top 5 running back at their disposal, reportedly. If you're the Jets, I don't think this could have gotten any worse as far as you ruining a franchise quarterback, making a big free agent signing only to get rid of that signing within 2 years, trading away another first-round pick in Jamal Adams. So it's a dumpster fire. If you are a fan of the green and white, I guess you can only think of Joe Namath so much before you realize that he's not walking through those doors. And you guys have Adam Gates for a coach. So I feel like this is the fate that an owner like Woody Johnson deserves, to not get too political. But with that being said, I feel bad for Sammy, my boy. But Le'Veon, maybe you got a chance at a championship run.
Maybe, but I don't know. It seems like everywhere Le'Veon Bell goes, he's just like a big drama queen. I mean, he had a good situation in this when he was at the Steelers, and someone made a good point today. I forget who it was, but he was kind of Christian McCaffrey before Christian McCaffrey. He was making all the catches. He was still running the ball. So he definitely influenced the way the running back position is played. But man, he got so much cash. I can't hate on him. I mean, he definitely pulled the best. If you could pull that move, who wouldn't pull that move? Get paid a bunch of money from a loser, and then just say, you know what? I'm gonna take my cash. I'm gonna go someplace else.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when he first signed the deal, everybody was saying, "Oh, he left so much money on the table by not playing that previous year because he set out to avoid the franchise tag." But if you look at the situation altogether, I feel like you say, he kind of came out on top simply because he's getting his full contract for not having to fulfill it with a sorry Jets team, only to go to a championship contender and a great situation with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. So I feel like it's really Leonard Fournette-ish, except for maybe Leonard has a little more tread left on his tires because he's a little younger. But I do believe both of them have the type of talent that could really make a difference on both of those teams if given the volume. I feel like both of them are the type of running backs that need several carries before they get churning. And with a Bell more than Fournette, he is that option out the backfield, i.e. Christian McCaffrey. So I feel like the Chiefs definitely got a steal. If you're in the AFC, you're not happy about it, but we'll have to see how they put it all together.
Dude, they just have too many weapons. This is ridiculous. Too many weapons.
Yeah, and they
They're
also
too
got
big
a
to
first
fail.
round pick running back who I'm pretty sure is sitting there like, so does this mean that I haven't been doing well? So I don't know. Maybe it's too much, but we'll find out.
That's a good point. Cam's back. He's going to be back for the Patriots. I was thinking about this today, Sammy, and I'm really rooting for Cam. And I was never a huge Cam fan, up until this point. Like, I thought he was a good quarterback, but, he's kind of a diva, whatever, But I've been totally enchanted by Cam now. He went to the Patriots, who everyone was like, that's never going to happen. Happened, and it looks like they got something going here. I thought Le'Veon Bell was going to go to the Patriots just because they're such a run-centric team. Got that one wrong. But this is good for the NFL, and kudos to the Patriots. They always, for whatever reason, they find a reason for you to watch them. Whether it's Tom Brady, then they pull in Cam Newton, they got something weird going on. Kudos to them, and I'm sure the NFL loves it.
Yeah, I mean, the only worser thing for Le'Veon Bell to go to the Chiefs would have been for him to sign with the Patriots. So that's the only thing I guess was the best situation out of his signing. But with that being said, yeah, Cam deserves all the praise that's coming to him. He's definitely one of those guys that is a little more eccentric in the media, but hasn't really done anything necessarily to receive the type of flack that he gets. Other than getting injured, and I can think of a handful of quarterbacks who we look at their careers like, oh, what if they would have stayed healthy? Versus we look at Cam like he's just injury prone and he can't adapt to throwing the football, given what he's already put on the table. So I feel like it was obvious that New England got a steal when they signed him. I didn't know necessarily that would supplant them right back in the championship hunt. Obviously, in a weak AFC, I believe, East division. There's not too many teams that they have to compete with, except for the Dolphins are looking better than expected. But the Bills are the Bills, and they proved that against the Titans. But yeah, I'm happy for Cam. He deserves this opportunity. Hopefully, this parlays him into like a big payday next year, because that $1 million contract is looking foolish right now.
Do you think he stays in New England? I mean, I guess it all depends on how this season goes. I mean, let's say they get to the AFC Championship game. And he's like, well, I mean, we're a few pieces away from doing it. Like, I wouldn't see why he wouldn't come back. He already learned the system. I mean, what if this is the new marriage? What if this is the new Belichick bride, that Brady is gone? He doesn't know what down's fourth, what down's third. He's drinking Mai Tais at halftime. I don't know. What if this is a new beginning for both?
I mean, I can give you about 30 to 35 million reasons why it could be the end as far as Cam in New England on that one-year deal. New England is not the type of organization that pays their players. Cam is a premium talent when he's at his best, and I feel like he could have suitors if he goes about this the i.e. Patriot way, or just looks good in a full season and stays healthy. So me personally, I don't really see the New England marriage actually happening unless they're going to do something a little bit unprecedented and actually give a player what they're valued at. They did pay Stephon Gilmore, but I don't know if they view Cam as the Patriot as much as Stephon. But I feel like there'll be other suitors that are just offering too much money for the Patriots to really play ball if Cam gets his way.
I don't know. I think they might pay up. I mean, they paid Stephon Gilmore and they've paid other defensive guys. Like, yeah, they haven't paid offensive guys, but I mean, I think this could be different. I think I don't know. I think
AFC Championship game. It's kind of hard for both sides to not want to run it back.
Right. Yeah. Sammy lied to me. He said Drew Lock was going to start. Now I looked up and Broncos declined to announce a quarterback. But Drew Lock could definitely start. The Broncos are kind of a mess. I don't think anybody knows what to make of them. Drew Lock, I don't think he's one of my Rudies. I don't think. Again, Sammy's saying he's like a Rudy. I don't think I ever called him.
I feel like he's a Rudy.
I don't feel. No, I said he looked like E from Entourage, and he was never a Rudy, in my opinion. But not. The Broncos are a very interesting team. It seems that they have a lot of talent, but they just can't make it happen. Because I think, Von Miller did he get injured before the season even started, Sammy? Or was it during the season?
Yeah, man, he got hurt the last day of practice.
Yeah.
For the preseason, for training camp. That shit suck.
But, I mean, it seems like if you're Denver, like, I don't know, you're not going to win it this year. So, I don't know, just see what happens. I mean, you have, I think it's Jeff Driscoll's the guy who I think I think he got hurt too, even though he was a Gatorade All-American player. I just don't like the Broncos. I don't like Vic Fangio. I think he's a prick. Like, I don't know. I just don't like Denver at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like John Elway is definitely living off the loins of that early Super Bowl that he manufactured with Peyton Manning, and I'm not mad at him. I mean, if you get one, you're golden. With that being said, he hasn't been able to provide a quarterback since he's been there in Peyton Manning. So I feel like if you're the Broncos, you're in a similar situation as the Giants, as the less snaps that Drew Lock or Daniel Jones is taking is kind of to a detriment to your team because you got to see what the fuck they are. You have to see, do you have a quarterback available that's going to win you games? So there was a lot of hype on the Drew Lock train coming into the season. So as soon as he's ready to go, I understand why Denver wants to actually push him out on the field. For one, just to kind of see what we have, and two, just to kind of get back in the mix. You have the Raiders and the Chiefs, I believe, who are in that division with the Broncos, who are kind of looking like the top tier. But if you're John Elway, you can't have too many losing seasons in a storied franchise like Denver before you're a bit on the hot seat. I mean, you're Elway, you're the guy, but you're not behind center anymore. You're in the front office, and they're going to start judging the decisions you make. So I'm not necessarily say I'm on Denver, but they definitely need to get Drew out there, see if he can build a connection with Judy, and see if that defense is really about anything if you're really thinking about it from John Elway's side of things.
We're going to switch to NBA. Sammy's boy Ty Lue, the ultimate LeBron crony of all time,
wow,
is now the head coach of the Clippers. I don't like Ty Lue. I don't know what it is about Ty Lue. I just think he's I think he's just a puppet head coach. I think he's just a guy because I think LeBron and Kawhi were talking, and Kawhi's like, man, if we get Ty Lue, can I just do whatever I want to do, and just do it? And LeBron's like, yeah, you can probably just do whatever you want to do, and he'll just say, yeah, it's part of the plan, which could be good. I mean, it worked for Cleveland when they won the title that one year, but Ty Lue going to the Clips, Doc out. I don't know. To me, I feel like the Clips needed something else, some kind of more leadership. Now they've gone more into bleeding to whatever the team wants to do, and the team's a big dramatic mess. I don't think it's going to work out. That's just my 2 cents. Sammy, what do you think?
All right, first of all, coaches do not coach LeBron James. LeBron James coaches coaches. That's one thing. Second of all, I have 3 takeaways from this Ty Lue hire. One, this could either be the laziest hire in NBA history, and Steve Ballmer was like, you know what? I'm really not trying to dig in the weeds of the whole interviewing process and spend months on this shit just to pick a guy that's possibly not good, and then everybody blames me because it's my first coaching hire. So why don't I just hire Ty Lue, who's been sitting here this whole time? Or this could be a Clippers players call where they, communicated with leadership and was like, hey, we understand why you got rid of Doc, especially with his personal ties to Paul George, which is extremely messy. But we like this crew we have here. We think Ty Lue's a good guy, and we want to roll with him and Steve Ballmer obliged, which could be a good situation if you're the Clippers team, because if you got the coach you wanted, then it worked out for you. Thirdly, this was just a big fuck you to Doc Rivers. Like, how else could you explain, hey, listen, man, you didn't do a good job. We don't believe that you're the guy for it. Well, let's just hire your VP. Like, let's hire the guy right under you who has a similar philosophy to you. So to your point, maybe Ty Lue doesn't have the coaching pedigree that, gives him the green light for this type of job. But if you got Steve Nash at the Nets, I think Ty Lue is a great hire, at least off of experience. He has championship DNA, whatever the fuck that means. And it has to be the guy who the Clippers wanted as far as the player. So that makes sense. Other than that, Steve Ballmer, you could have had anybody and you hired the guy you fired, right-hand man, which doesn't really add up in that sense. So maybe don't think about it that way, Clipper fans.
Yeah, I think they'll get over it quickly if they can get like a championship, which is viable. I mean, they got a really good team. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Daryl Morey is going to step down as the Houston, the guy who runs the show. I mean, he really fucked up the whole China thing, the China thing, and like that was.
Oh wait! I thought you were gonna say he fucked up the whole team, but yeah.
Well, I don't know if he fucked up. I mean, small ball. When people are NBA is like known for having tall players, so no, let's get a bunch of small people and try to make that work. Like, you just think you're trying to outthink the room, but Daryl Morey, he'll get picked up. Like, I think he's his Houston team went to the playoffs all 8 years he was there, so they had to do it though. He had too much blood on his hands.
Yeah, it's a matter of time. I feel like the situation on the court was worse than the China situation, because we can really get honest about how we feel about China, or we can just act like they don't exist, and we'll just continue acting like they don't exist. So that's what they kind of did with that whole situation. He was able to get past that. And maybe if this whole small bar lineup worked, maybe if they were able to hit more threes in playoff games, or maybe the whole usage of James Harden didn't tire him out. Based off of how much they depend on him offensively. Maybe he still have his job, but it's the right situation for Houston. The only bad thing is, do you bring a new GM to kind of blow up this whole situation that you had going for only a couple of years, especially based off the contracts and the personnel that you have? If I'm a GM, I don't know if I just walk into Houston like, yeah, let me go ahead and get PJ Tucker as my starting center. I don't know if I sign up for that. But with that being said, it also has a gel with the personnel that you have. So you have to bring in someone who's going to be fine with having the ball in James Harden's hand most of the time, or be able to coach him out of that, which I feel like at this point he's past that point, and I'll be able to deal with the volatile Russell Westbrook. So I don't really know who's going to really step into that job. It could be some guy that I never heard of who probably looks more like you than me, and he'll probably get a couple shots at it, and everybody will give him a chance. But with that being said, I can't blame the guy who first steps in for what the cards he were dealt, unless you just give him the opportunity to blow it all up.
Oh, Houston's always a pretty interesting team, though, so they got to give them credit for that. College football, we got a big game this weekend between Georgia, Alabama. Nick Saban got the COVID. They're saying he might even have a chance to coach. I don't know. Like, first it was like, there's no way, Jose. And now it's like, well, if he gets 2 negative tests before the game, then maybe there's a shot. I think he got I think he got that Donald Trump fetus cocktail that nobody else can get, I'm sure. And apparently it's like, it makes you immune. So, huge game. Georgia needs this game so bad, Sammy. Like, because Nick Saban is on that cliff. He's never lost to one of his assistants. There's no way he can continue his whole career not losing to any of his assistants. Like, it has to happen. He's got COVID. But I'm not sold on this Georgia team. Like, I'm not sold on their offense. So this could be like a, but I am sold on Alabama's offense. I think Alabama's going to win big time. They're a machine. But I want Georgia to win.
Yeah, no, the only person who could, the only thing that could defeat Nick Saban is COVID. So even if they lose, it's not really to Georgia. It's because COVID beat Nick Saban, so he couldn't be there. With that being said, Shout out to everybody who I know who's on television. Anybody who gets COVID and are also on TV, it's just coincidental that they're asymptomatic. So that's crazy. Like, shout out to all of you people. Like, that's great that you can get COVID and be asymptomatic. That's awesome. Anyways, he's definitely going to be calling the shots, even if it's not directly from the stadium. And I don't see Alabama losing this game. Possibly to a high-scoring shootout where maybe Georgia gets the ball last, because that Alabama defense hasn't really been that good the past couple of years, if we're being honest. But other than that, I feel like they have the talent to squeak a win out or blow Georgia out. You're right. This would be a big win for Georgia. It's just coming off of what I saw from Florida and thinking that they're actually better than Georgia. I'm just not too confident in what the Bulldogs bring to this game with Nick in stadium or out.
Yeah, Alabama, like Mac Jones is playing like a, All-American quarterback right now, just because he's got the keys to any car in the garage he wants. There's so much talent. And yeah, Alabama's defense has been suspect, but still, I mean, that's the Nick Saban specialty. They're going to have good safeties. They're going to have good corners. So, like, they're always protected no matter what. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, Coach Norvell had COVID before. And FSU, they play UNC. UNC's number 5 in the nation. There's no way they're number 5. Like, they don't have top 5 talent. There's just no way. That's just the way the chips have fallen. This could be a gigantic game for the Noles. Our offense is starting to come together. Our defense is a mess. But I think if we can put up 24 on Notre Dame, we can put up 38 on UNC, and that's enough to win the game. 38, 35, Noles win. We're coming back. We're on the Norvell spaceship. We're taking off, and we're going to wave to everyone as we float into championship universe. You like that?
Championship or like 6-win, 7-win universe.
It takes
maybe?
time. It takes time. It's light years, Sammy.
Oh,
okay? So,
yeah.
I didn't really mean that at the time, but you know what? I think we got a shot. I want to see what the spread is. I don't know what the spread is yet.
I mean, the crazy thing about all sporting events is both teams have a shot. So that's true. You literally have a shot as long as you're playing. I don't think UNC is the 5th best team in the country as well. But with that being said, I'm not going to crush your bubble. I would just say that would be a huge win for Florida State if they could pull off the upset.
Huge win. I'm trying to see what the odds are. And you can't get a clear answer. You got to go through all this hoopla. UNC is favored by 13.5. I'll take those points, Sammy. I don't bet. If you're going to give me the Noles and 13.5, I'm taking it.
I wouldn't take that this year, and your fandom's definitely showing.
You wouldn't
but with that being said, UNC is not that good. They're not. I don't believe
Not
it.
that good. Sammy, did we miss anything?
At football. I don't want any Michael Jordan haters to come after me.
Did we miss anything,
Nothing
Sammy?
good. You miss anything? Off the top of my head, no. Antonio Brown, what the fuck are you doing? Are you done or not? This just randomly came to my mind. If you watch the show, reach out to us. But yeah, AB, what's up, bro? You done rapping? Like, are you gonna come back as a receiver? There's a lot of teams who could use you. This is just a shout out from me to you. I hope everything's all right with you. But your boy Le'Veon's been on your 3rd team.
He was gonna go to the MLS, I thought.
I don't believe that. So was Ocho Cinco. We saw how that worked out.
Yeah, I guess not. Call or text the show anytime, 470-391-4034. Follow us on our pages now. We have a YouTube, which you're probably watching this, so like, subscribe, comment. Facebook page, Sports Savage Show. Instagram, Sports Savage. We're on all of it. Sammy is not on social media. He is still off the grid, but if you got a message for him, you can let me know. I'll let him know. Call, leave a voicemail anytime. We'll be back probably Sunday. It's up in the air, but we'll probably be back Sunday. So just, keep it cool until then. Keep it cool.
Yeah, man, I actually did forget one thing. All you fucking pundits and all you people who are down on the Ravens now because we lost to the Chiefs on one crazy Monday night game, stay off us. Like, when we start fucking winning and it's fucking 11 games, 12 games in, and we still only have one loss, don't hop back on us. We don't want y'all. Like, stay like, oh, can Lamar throw? Oh, we don't know. Oh, he's not running as much. Oh, we don't know about the Ravens anymore. That's fucking cool. We not good with being a favorite and everybody's favorite. Nah, fuck that. That felt weird. So it's cool like that. just know we remember. But yeah, that was it. I had to get that off. Peace.
Yeah.
Not a crook.